Hello, social media ninjas, and welcome to the podcast called 4 Questions with Social Media Famous, where I call one social media famous influencer every week and ask them questions about their personal life, social media life, and ask them tips and tricks on how to get famous on social media. So let's get this podcast started. Hello, beautiful people. I'm back with new podcast, and last podcast got such good response on SoundCloud. iTunes obviously is doing really good. We have a lot of views and lot of reviews. Thank you guys who dropped so many reviews, and the reviews were so awesome. Thank you so much. And in today's news section, we don't have anything great. Like nothing great is happening with Instagram. Again, Snapchat is always there. People are saying maybe Facebook will buy it, maybe they won't. Some people are comparing Snapchat CEO with Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know. So yeah, that's all. Like there is nothing good happening in social media world, but I have the most amazing. I'll say the most amazing to every person I'll invite, but obviously they are doing so good on social media, so yeah, obviously they are amazing. So today I have with me is Apoorva. How do you pronounce your last name, Apoorva?
My name is Apoorva Jayarajan.
Jayarajan, yeah. So exactly, Apoorva Jayarajan, right?
Yeah.
And you
Yes,
are from Pune.
yes, I am from Pune.
Okay, Apoorva, tell us a little bit about yourself, like what you do and everything.
Okay, so my work is social media at the moment. I do yoga. I am into fitness. I I have come from a fashion design background and a little bit of design, a little bit of art, a little bit of yoga, fitness, dance is what I am right now. I also teach dance at my own studio with my sister. So we do take Zumba classes and yoga classes for ladies of all ages and age groups that come to our dance class and our studio and stuff. Also currently learning Pilates, which I will be rolling out maybe by the end of this year. So yeah, that's not on my plate at the moment, but uh,
Amazing. So you are like right now full-time creator.
yes, content creator on Instagram. I create content for different brands. I create video content, audio content for my own self for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. So yes, that's what I am at the moment.
Also, guys, if you ever heard the word yogans, she's the one who launched it. I read articles about it, and she's the one who have mixed yoga with dance, which is amazing. Like I know in your mind it sounds something very different, but if you see her doing it, it's really amazing. Go check her YouTube channel out. I'll drop the links of everything down below
Um,
in the comment section. And you do acro yoga, and dance. And it's really good that you're learning new things as well. Like you are just keep on updating your skills like that.
Yes, I do. So acro yoga also it was just a part of something that I was doing, which happened by the by. I never had any kind of formal training for yoga or yogans or acro yoga. It just happened by the by. The more I started exploring while I was dancing, I chanced upon yoga and acro yoga both. I kind of just happened to find a friend who was as equally curious and intrigued by what it was, and then we kind of just started doing stuff together. And then we landed up with something called AcroYoga. Then we started posting our pictures online, and then when people started noticing and appreciating what we were doing, we knew that it even has a name, and that's how the whole AcroYoga also started. So most of what I do is self-explore and self-taught, maybe. I can't say taught, but then yes, self-explored definitely because I'm really very, very curious about how my body works, how my body kind of reacts to certain things, and all of that. So that all of that is just happening through my own curiosity and my own need for my own knowledge. That's how it all works with me. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And now we do have like so many platforms that if you're
yeah,
patient enough, you don't need guitar classes or this classes or that classes. You just go
yeah.
online and see whatever you want to learn and you learn it. Simple
I
as that.
always I always want to I always encourage people who are very very thirsty for knowledge. Number one, they need to have a little bit of focus. They need to have a little bit of just a little bit of drive and a passion to know exactly what they want. There's everything out there. There are books. There are people who can help you. There's YouTube. There's videos. There's so much of content. You just need to know, number one, where to look. Number two, you need to just have a little bit of passion that drives you to kind of, experience whatever, experiment with whatever you're wanting to do, whether it's guitar, whether it's music, whether it's yoga, whether it's dance. And I've seen so many success stories, so I don't think anything should stop you with regards to, oh, I don't have a teacher, so I can't learn. So I don't think that should ever be in um, a thing to set you back, because I myself am an example of it. I haven't had a formal training, but then here I am wanting to learn more and wanting to do more. And if you ask me this 2 years back, I wouldn't even know what why of yoga is. But whatever I know today, whatever little bit I know today is all just because I was curious one day. So I would just say that don't ever stop being curious and just keep learning how much ever you can, no matter what quarters it's coming from. And I think that's how you do what you want to do in life. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And acro yoga is like very unique. Like few years back, no one would have heard this term in India, and now everyone wants it. So it's very unique, and it's the kind of new trend. And she is on Instagram. Her username is Apoorva Jayarajan. If you guys want to follow her, she's about to reach 100K. Like 100K people are connected with your life. Do you even realize that? Because at this point, I bet it won't be a big deal. But people who are working really hard and stuck on like 5, 6K, for them it's the dream they want to reach. So
Yeah.
how do you feel that you share your life on daily basis with so many people?
To me, actually, it didn't occur to me that, oh, this should be my goal and I should have 100K followers. And I didn't really have a number when I started, to be very honest. I just started like a year and a half back to be very seriously sharing a part of my life. And I'm saying part of my life because a lot of what I do, otherwise, nobody really gets to see it apart from my family. So I like to keep that part of it very private. But what you all do see, I don't really, I didn't think about, oh, if there is something called people are watching and people are doing. It's only very recently it kind of hit me home that, oh, what you're doing, there's an accountability for it. You have to influence responsibly, and you have to be, and being positive really helps, that's the only kind of thing that I would say. If you kind of put out too much of negativity on the platform, or you are in a space where you're not really happy with what you're creating, or you're not very passionate about what you're doing, that kind of shows in your content. So to be very very to do what you want to do on Instagram, number one, you need to have a thick skin. You just need to kind of block away anything that is even remotely energy sucking or like a negative vibe. You need to be very very driven, and you need to be extremely passionate about what you're doing. Otherwise, you won't last, you won't sustain, or you won't even and you need to be very patient for you to kind of build it from the ground up. I have seen, I had 2025 followers in Jan 2016, and I'm here, and I'm just wondering. Oh, that the number game didn't even cross my mind till I came up to it now, and people are like, "Oh, you're so close to 100K," and it really doesn't. I'm not too fixated on any numbers, but whatever it is, I'm very grateful for whatever journey, whatever amount of people I have met through the platform. You, especially, I've met even you on the platform. So,
Exactly.
anyone who crosses my path, anyone that can learn from, anyone that exchanges good ideas, good energies, good vibes is all that matters to me. So, these numbers really don't care. Even if you have 10 followers, they should be 10 genuine followers who are looking out for you, looking out for your work, um, supporting you. I even did the Not Us Anymore campaign on Instagram, which was really very, the support that came out of it was really great. And then the whole thing blew up in the media and the papers and all of that. That was really, really very great because we kind of people started standing up and taking notice that you can't just harass girls left, right, center on Instagram and just get away with it. So that was one thing that was very, very positive and so very heartwarming to see that all of girls that were on Instagram, they were first of all they were going through the same thing. They were also standing up for themselves, which was really, really great. So yeah, the quality is what matters, not the quantity, at least to me.
Exactly. And do you have like a special post in your mind that you'll do on 100K? Like
Oh my God. No, I've not really thought about it.
like something like
But
people do that something like with balloons 100 and K
yeah,
or something like that.
I myself will become 100K and maybe a
Yeah,
yoga.
do that. That's gonna be a special post. We'll all wait for that then.
We've done this Happy Diwali post that was long back. We'd done a AcroYoga letter thing where he'd written like Happy Diwali with a friend of mine with AcroYoga. So maybe something like that for 100K. Let me see
I
if it works.
I love that post. I know I'm not sure you might remember it or not. Like the thing said that the moment the parking uncle gives me free parking, and then you
Yeah,
are like
that,
becoming something with your hands joined and something like that. I was like, dude, that's so funny.
yeah. The blue denim white shirt one. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
remember.
remember it? Wow.
Those the content is fully mine. Of course, I have to. I have to remember it. Yeah.
As you said about the negativity, so yeah, negativity is always there, and the basic like the most weird part of it is so it is still social media, and social media still is like either people are doing social media or they are
Right.
on social media or they are super inactive on social media, but they check your posts and all and they sit there and judge you. Okay, and the major part is like you can take negativity and all kind of shit in the world from strangers, but when your close ones, when your friends, these people, when you start doing it, the starting part, like the first starting part is the most toughest, because those people who are close to you, they are like, what the hell is he up to, what the hell is she up to, like why are they posting such things and it shouldn't be posted, this and that. And that is the worst part, that is the major part of handling that negativity, because people who are trying to get social media famous, they are not conscious about unknown people. No one gives a fuck about unknown people. It's the people you know around you who are following you, and they
Right.
are like very much into it.
Yeah. So, for this, I would say, at least for me, from my family, I have got nothing but support. Nothing but support. So, no matter what my posts are, no matter what my picture is, I always show it to my parents. It's not that they don't know what I'm doing on social media, they know exactly what I'm doing. They are super duper supportive of what my career is at this point. And most of my inspiration comes from my parents, most of my encouragement comes from them. And there are days where if I don't know what to wear and I don't know what to post, I go to my mom and then she'll be like, okay, you can wear that, maybe you can wear that bra, or you can wear maybe that shorts with it, and maybe you can pose like this. So I have seen a beautiful amount of appreciation coming from so many people. But yeah, like you said, maybe there will be a few people who will come and I was also ridiculed at the beginning. Oh, you don't have a place to do yoga. Why are you doing yoga outdoors? Why are you posing outdoors always? And I still get a lot of friends who come up to me in weird yoga poses. Before saying hi, they come to me like, hey, hi, Purva, and then they'll burst out into a yoga pose in the middle of the road just to kind of, yeah, they kind of pull my leg. But I know it's coming from a very genuine warm place. Maybe they don't really expect you to do, because someone that you've seen for a long time, maybe years, and you don't really expect them to be I don't know, social media famous. I I'm not very comfortable with that word, because it's like you're very famous on one platform and then in real life even your watchman doesn't know you. So
Exactly.
that is kind of very
Yeah, offline life
different.
will always be different from online life, but that's the point. That's the whole concept of it. This is what social media is, and it happens like it happens. So when I was there, I was huge on Snapchat before this update and everything came. But the kind
Yeah.
of content I was producing it for myself, and I really wanted to create content, and I was irritated by my friends giving different kind of comments on my content because it was sometimes it was rude funny, sometimes it was clips of people who don't want to be on there. But there
Yeah.
was a particular time when I actually blocked all the people I know from that platform, and
Yeah.
still created content. I unblocked them till I got covered with like Huffington Post and all, or some big blog or something. Only then I unblocked them, and I was like, okay, now I have proved that I was not doing it just for time pass or something, or not just to irritate or impress you people. It was about me only. So at that particular time, like the starting negativity is the toughest to fight. If you're done with that, and if,
Yeah.
if you are lucky like Apoorva and you have like people around you who support you, like pulling leg is always going to be there. It's always gonna be there.
Karan, to me, I'll tell you one thing. For me, my work, I'm so passionate about it now. So no matter what anyone says, it doesn't phase me. Number one, I just like, because yoga is such a thing, it is different for everyone. It's very individualistic. So you can't just say that, oh, there's just one universal type of yoga. No, it's not like that. At least I feel that yoga is very, very individual to you. So the way you practice it, with the way I practice
Hmm.
it, it'll be very different no matter who teaches you, even if we go to the same teacher, right?
Hmm.
So somehow, when you do yoga, what happens is the chemical process begins in the brain. So because you're constantly having like a conversation with yourself, you're going on telling yourself positive things while you're practicing. You keep telling, oh, you know what, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So you're having that constant conversation in your head, right? So because your entire your system, your bodily system, is so tuned into positivity, it is always going to look out for something positive even around you. So, somebody telling me something, it does not faze me as much as it should. So, it is very difficult to get me really riled up. It's very, very difficult to get me really angry at someone for having said something negative. Because to me, it just feels like, okay, it's coming from you, you're saying something negative to me, maybe that's just where you're coming from, so then I don't let it affect me in that way. And I've been like this from day one. No matter what my content, I haven't done anything here on social media to prove it to anyone, no matter whether that person has told me something, not told me something, friend, foe, enemy, no matter who that is. I have never done anything to kind of prove a point, or like, oh, I'm talking about this and I want to prove a point to these kind of people, and haters are going to be shut down, because I don't do things for that. No matter what anyone says, it doesn't affect me anyhow. So it's like, it's a child who can't be bribed. It's like a child who does not like to eat. So if you give him a chocolate, he's going to be like, no, I'm not liking the chocolate, because you can't make me do things just because you're giving me a chocolate. Or, you can't make me do XYZ just because you're giving me an ice cream. I don't like it in the first place. So it's kind of like that. So no matter what you say to me, or no matter what you do, it is very, very difficult for me to kind of relate where that is coming from, because mostly I have received a lot of positive comments because I choose to see that. I choose to
Exactly.
only see the positive in other people. So if somebody is giving me a really negative comment, the most I should just stop and give it. I don't really give them that much of the satisfaction of them having reached out to me and told me something negative and really, broken my day down. I will not even give them that satisfaction. But apart from that, yeah, misusing my pictures, putting up my pictures on wrong sites, putting up my videos on wrong sites, and I don't even know how it reaches in those kind of places. Yeah, that really gets me going. It really, really affects me. And I don't think that anyone has the right to take any kind of content from the internet, no matter what, from Google, from Instagram, from Facebook, no matter what it is. Because I did have an episode like this where a video of mine reached a
Hmm.
really shaky site, and we kind of went to the cyber cell and all of that. So that
Hmm.
happened, but again, because there are no proper laws in place, no matter if it's your copyrighted video, there's really
Exactly.
not much you can do. So that kind of really affected me. It got me questioning why I was doing this. It got me affected to a point where I was almost about to give up, but then I did have a wonderful amount of support from friends who told me, you know what, this is just a one off incident. It is going to keep happening. It happens to everybody. And even if you were absolutely doing nothing, sitting at home in your bedroom, maybe there would have, if this had to happen, there would have been some way that this would have happened. So don't
Exactly.
second sit and think that it's just because you're putting yourself out there. There is always some sicko who's going to keep doing that. There are
Exactly.
innocent girls who are blackmailed for absolutely no reason. So they're like, okay, you're getting famous. There's no other way that this can happen otherwise. So only incidents like that really get me irritated because there is no proper law in place for copyrights and all of those identity infringement issues or all of that. But apart from that, there's nothing really that gets me really pissing off, or like just a simple log delete situation. I don't even bother about whatever. If you
Hmm.
have something nice to say or you have some positive, constructive criticism, please, I'm all ears. I'm super awesomely welcome you into my life and just be like, you know what, just chill, let's talk,
Hmm.
let's figure some better way to do this, and we can be the best of friends after that. But if you're just out here spreading hate, then sorry, my page is not meant for that. So I would want anyone to come to my page. I would want them to see a girl who's so happily doing what she's doing, and I would want you all to be encouraged to do exactly that. So that is what my page stands for. And if anyone is out there spreading hate amongst people, there's no space for that on my page. So I'm very, very cautious about that. Any kind of shady accounts coming and giving some nonsense trolling under my pictures, no, sorry, that doesn't happen.
Exactly. So this is so motivating, like especially to our girls listeners. This was like such a motivating incident you told, and your page is actually something that a person can go, and it's not something like impossible. It's so much relatable. It's so much relatable that you can actually relate to that page. You can relate to that life. Everything is so real and so I don't know how I put it. I can just say the real word. Like it's so real,
Also,
and
I
yeah.
want to just add one more thing is I actively keep the negativity away. See, it's not that things don't affect me.
Hmm.
I'm talking about social media affecting. That what I was talking about earlier was negative comments and all that. Really, it's just like a voiceless person talking behind a screen. That really doesn't affect me. But apart from that, in my real life, there are so many things that happen around me, so many things that do affect me, and I don't think it should make it to Instagram. Number one reason why, because people are just looking at Instagram or Facebook or all of these social media spaces as a kind of a getaway time. So they're already having so many issues in their life. Why are they coming on social media? They don't want to see negativity, and they don't want to see people harming themselves, talking torture and this and depression and suicide, and because it's already happening everywhere. So if you go on reinforcing the same thing over and over again without a proper solution, I'm not saying don't talk about it, but talk about it, but give a solution. Don't be ranting about things that absolutely to you have no solution. I am a kind of a problem solver. I don't want to be a person who just talks over something, but when somebody really asks me, oh, you know what, I have the same issue, but what do I do about it? I don't
Hmm.
want to be stuck in a space where I have to answer to someone and say, oh, you know what, I really don't know. I wouldn't want to be that person. I want to be someone who can problem solve. And if somebody comes to me and asks me, hey, you know what, I have this issue, I want to give them a real time solution to it. So I actively don't put any kind of negativity on my page, any kind of really something that does not have to do with what people see on Instagram. I want that page to be a positive, fitness related only page that people are inspired by, people are motivated by, and encouraged by to do what they really want to do. And once you do that, I think all the other things, very silly things, it really starts fading in importance. So to me, I feel that if you really focus on what you like doing, I don't think
Yeah, yeah.
over that, right? So that is exactly why I keep all of my private life, my private social life, very, very private, and I don't put out there because I don't want to
Hmm.
give the wrong message across to people. I don't want to
Exactly.
be somebody who has like all the questions but no answers. So I have seen that a lot on Instagram, and I kind of I feel sorry for such people because they're all questions. They're all just okay. This happened. Okay, that happened. Just problem, problem,
Hmm.
problem, problem,
Hmm.
and then they tell you okay how to solve that. So it's a very depressing space to be in. If you go under that, if you start going on that note, it's a very stupid place to be in. So instead of that, because you do such beautiful things with your body, with your mind, with your heart and soul. When you do all of that, why not focus on that instead? So I am very for all of that, and I stand for that. I will always want to put out good content, no matter what it is, and
Exactly.
that I really, really, with very staunchly, I believe in and I support that 100%, no matter who it is coming from.
Exactly, and especially like girls who are listening on the platform, this should be like big thing. There are going to be very creepy and very negative comments, and it's all those people who are just looking for attention. Don't go ahead rant and don't go ahead and fight. Don't do anything. They are just looking for attention. Don't give them that. Like
Not worth
just
it. You sit
go
back at
on with it. And if you feel that your picture or your video or anything that have been used somewhere else, I think the best solution is to approach DMCA. Like that's the only organization in the world, DMCA, which
right.
can actually help you if you give them equal proof and purchase their things, and like they have like $5 plan for lifetime or something like that. It's very cheap, but you can purchase that and you can get it removed from anywhere you want, like not even a single site owner. Like they, if the site owner do not remove that, we have been in that kind of issues, the site itself gets closed. Like they literally close down the site, they give 3 warnings and close down the site. So yeah.
Maybe I can use this the next time anyone has the audacity to use my pictures. But
Yeah,
if
yeah. If
find
that's a
something,
that's a website and not social media, then you
okay,
definitely need to use DMCA. They have been, I have worked for them twice,
hmm,
and they are very good. They are very good. I have done that for like corporate product images, but yeah,
right.
they close down the site itself. They give 2 warnings, and third time they close down the site anywhere it is.
That is
And
super.
talking about creeps and social media creeps, let's talk about creepy fan moment. Like, do you have any creepy fan moment? Like, were you
So,
creeped by a fan ever?
yeah, kind of creeped, not creeped. I was spooked actually. I was not creeped out, but it happened in Kochi. I have a, I don't want to say fan. Yeah, there are no fans or anything. It's just people who kind of follow my journey, or whatever that is. So I'd been to Kochi a couple of months back, and I had for the first time on my page I had gone live because I was meeting a friend, and we were just kind of fooling around with with the phone, and we were like,
Hmm.
oh, you know what? Let's just decide. We just decided, oh, let's go live, and a lot of people DM me, and a lot. It was like sudden barrage of DMs. So they're like, "Oh, where are you in Kochi? We'll come and meet you," and this and that. And I had like a fan base. I don't know what they were calling them, Apoorva fan base, and they wanted to make a thing and trip to me. And I was like, "Okay, listen, I'm just here for a day or two, so I may not be able to meet and all of that, but I really appreciate you messaging and telling me all of that." So we just finished the live, and I was walking back to my hotel, and this was just in a span of like 7 to 8 minutes. So I just finished the live, and I was walking back with my sister, and it was a pretty dark road, so it was very quiet. There was nobody out on the road. It was just my sister and me, and the shops were kind of open, but they were getting shut, and we were going out for dinner. And there's this guy who's coming. He's coming on the bike, and he's kind of following us. So in my mind, suddenly I was like ninja mode fully. So I just, and he called me, and he's calling my name. He's like, Apoorva. And I was like, who in Kochi knows my name? And I just turned like that. And he was like, don't be alarmed. I'm just a fan of yours. I'm a follower. And I just saw your live. And I recognized the place and the park behind you and all of that. And for a second, my heart was in my mouth. But thank God I had my sister with me. But we are really scared when people do that. And he kind of creeped up behind us. And he was like, no, no, don't worry. We're really decent people and all that. And I just wanted to come and say hi, and I kind of recognized where you were in your life, and I just thought I'd come and say hi and appreciate whatever you're doing and all of that. But he was really very sweet, but it really left me very, very spooked because a lot of we do go to small, I mean, when we go to the airport and we just put up like a status or something, there will be somebody who comes up and says, oh, are you Apoorva? Oh, are you are you Neha? Are you those Jayarajan sisters who do things on social media? So that is really very sweet. I would encourage anyone who comes, who
Which
sees
one?
me
Which,
there or whatever it is, please come and say hi. It's really sweet and it's very endearing. Please come and talk about what you like, what you don't like. I would love, because see, it's very pointless if I'm just putting up pictures and pictures, and people are just, faceless people are just coming and appreciating. But if there is a face and a voice behind that name, it would be really very, very, it's very heartwarming for us to be appreciated from a real body, so
exactly, exactly. Only then it gets real. Otherwise, so after some point of time, you go so autopilot mode that you think that it's just software and
yeah.
you are doing everything. But when real people you meet, oh, like, oh shit, now I'll try not to be awkward right now, but I'll talk to you as much as possible.
Otherwise, it gets like I always question myself: is it reaching the right people? Is it reaching the right people that I want to reach out to? And all of that. I start questioning myself. But then when these things happen, it's really very sweet, and it gives me a kind of a positive reinforcement. It kind of fuels my faith in humanity. Or like, चलो अच्छा है, कोई तो है जो हमारे काम को appreciate करता है यार, जो somebody in real life who's coming, and like it's very rare, see, it takes a lot.
Which one is your the most amazing fan moment? Like one you met and you can never forget.
um I will there's a friend actually, a friend in the sense he works in the Malayalam film industry. His name is Arun Kurian. He is kind of a big deal down south, and he's worked on two, three amazing films and all of that. So randomly one day I just find his DM in my inbox, and he's like, oh, a friend of mine and I were talking about you and all of that. I was like, you are talking about me? So why would you talk about me? I was like, oh my god. Oh, you know the Jimmy Kamal song? You've heard the Jimmy Kamal song? I'm sure you have.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge. It went really viral. So he was a part of that song. So he's the
Oh,
hero. Yeah, yeah. So
really?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I have a lot of friends down south who work in the Malayalam film industry, and they are really great at what they do. And he just randomly messaged me, and he was like, "Oh, we do talk about you," and I was like, "Oh my god, people are talking about me," and also that kind of puts a little bit of pressure, but it's really very sweet to be appreciated by
wow, that's so cool.
people. Yeah.
Okay, so last two questions. First, your
Hello.
favorite. Hello. Yeah, you can hear me, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your favorite influencers in India. We are on last two questions, so this would be second last. Your favorite influencers, like, or influencers, I would call friends or whatever, like
Right.
other. I know
Uh,
you don't like this word famous, but other famous people like you.
I'm not very comfortable with famous
No
apps.
one
So,
is. See, this
you
is
know,
the point. Like, no one is. Every time I call an influencer, no one likes to call their followers fans.
yeah,
Okay,
because to me, it's very superficial kind of, I feel
exactly.
like
But
suddenly
see,
एक दिन प्रकट हो जाते हैं सब लोग and then you're like, oh, she's an influencer. So it's
exactly.
and to me it's very scary. Why? Because it's a bubble that people create. They put you on a kind of a pedestal, and then they expect a lot of things out of you, so
I
it's
know.
very to be in that space
I know.
where
I know.
you're at somebody else's mercy. So today they want to put you on that pedestal, they'll put you all over the place, and then they'll be like, oh, she's the influencer and she's very famous and all of that. And the next moment they'll be like, who's this girl? So I don't want to be in that space ever. I'm just a small little tiny little thing, very insignificant little girl doing her thing on Instagram. And I don't think anything that was going to happen on Instagram is going to change that. So I would like to maintain it that way. So yeah. Coming to your question, my favorite influencers, I have to say Nidhi Mohan. I think you had done a Skype.
Yeah,
You had done a podcast with her as well. I did hear that.
yeah.
She's
You
my really one of my most closest friends on Instagram. She's amazing at what
She
she
is
does.
so amazing. She's amazing online. She's amazing offline. Like I have met her twice, thrice now, and she's amazing. Every time I just told her that I really need to take a trip to Delhi just to produce content with her. Like she's that amazing.
She's amazing. She's such a driving force, and she's so kind of so positive with what she does, and she's so real. And I would love to be even a little bit of what she is. I would love I would love that. I also like Abhinav Chandel. If you know of his work, I'm
Yeah,
sure everyone does.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Con-
he does photography, right?
Yes, yes.
Amazing mountains and everything, right?
Superb. I love Abhijeet Singh. He's one of my very close friends on Instagram. We talk very regularly, and I'm wanting to do that Manali trip with him. I will very, very soon. We want to do some AcroYoga together, so that should be happening. He's an amazing, amazing mountaineer. I think you guys should go and check him out. He's superb at what he does. Uh, Super positive guy, and I also love Swapnil Zunzare. I think he's called Satan SSJ. So you should please go check him out. He does beautiful portraits in New York. He's one of my most beautiful, uh, heartwarmingly cute friends I have on Instagram. I've met him and absolute brilliant at what he does. I also have another football freestyle friend. His name is Akshay. Akshay Yadav. You all should go and check him out. His name is Akshay Freestyle. Um, he is brilliant. He's just next level at freestyle, and he does some amazing tricks. No matter when I go to Bombay, I have to see his face. So these are some people that I absolutely adore. I look up to them. They are beautiful.
I had a word with Abhijeet, I guess. Like we might be having him soon on our podcast.
I think he's lay at the moment, right?
Yeah, he's in mountains, but I told him once he's down, just buzz me and we might plan a podcast soon. Even I'm like really inspired by his profile.
So yeah, these are one of the very few. I'm not naming a lot of people. There's Anupriya Kapoor. She is
Yeah, I
fabulous.
follow
I'm
Anupriya as well.
sure you know. One above all of this is my sister Neha,
Okay.
without which I wouldn't be anywhere where I am right now. She's the only one who is my sounding board, my photographer, my director, my assistant director. She's my spot boy. She's my full team. She's my choreographer. She's my sab kuch. So she's like my one man army that I have with me. She's like one चाबी जो बोलते हैं ना जो जीनी रहता है she's that for me. So apart from all of this, I guess there are a lot of people who do produce beautiful brilliant content, but these are a few of my favorite, very very favorite, very close to my heart influencers, if you want to call them. But yeah, they are my close friends, and I love their work
Okay,
very very.
and very shortly, you need to give one advice to all the people who are trying to make it big as you on social media.
Okay, so I will just quote Nike and I'll just say, just do it, because there's nothing more or less that you can give yourself at the end of the day. I think that Nike just has it put brilliantly, and just do it, meaning don't listen to what anyone says, no matter whether it's your parents, whether it's your husband, whether it's your son, whether it's your daughter, or XYZ. I don't care who that is, but if you have even a smallest feeling that something that you're wanting to do will work, please run after it with open arms and just do it without thinking, and just dive off the cliff. You never know what you will figure out or what you will explore on the way down, but that will be the best thing you can give yourself. So that's all I'm going to say. Just do it. That's all that there is to it.
Amazing, amazing. So it was such a nice podcast with you. Guys, her Instagram is Apoorva Jayarajan. I'll drop the link below. Her YouTube will be down below. If you want to follow me, you can search for Loner with a Phone on Instagram. And all the links that we mentioned, it will be down below. And I'm gonna see you guys very soon with another guest. I'm not even sure who that person will be, but yeah, very soon I'll see you. And Apurva, thank you so much for doing this.
Sure, Karan, it was really my pleasure. It was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Same. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.